in our game. We play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
And a good evening to you, rugby fans. Welcome to St. Bonaventure University, Bonaventure, New York. It is Friday Night Rugby, National Collegiate Rugby, bringing you this incredible presentation. We are at the Mara Athletic Complex, where the Bonnies of St. Bonaventure University will be taking on the Red Dragons of State University of New York, Cortland. I'm John Broker, joined by the Bard of the Breakdown, Mr. Pat Clifton. Pat, beautiful night out here at St. Bonaventure for some great rugby. Good matchup tonight.
Beautiful night, beautiful matchup. We have everything you could want. Number one in the country in small college, St. Bonaventure, hosting number 2, Cortland, in the conference championship for the Upstate New York Collegiate Rugby Conference. So all to play for. Both of these teams have punched their ticket to the small college playoffs. Tonight is about the conference title.
National Collegiate Rugby, Friday Night Rugby. Let's look at a couple of these teams. First, the Red Dragons, SUNY Cortland, the visiting team, bringing some power. I've seen that play a couple of times. They are 5-0 on the season, posting some pretty big wins as this team, coached by Natalie DeMeglio. Very strong side coming up here. Some dynamic players, some dynamic runners. Pat, talk about this team a little bit.
Yasmin Valerio is the most dynamic player for sure for the Red Dragons. You'll see here at the back of the scrum wearing number 8. She runs over the defense, runs through the defense, around the defense when she can. Good with the offloads and her team offense. Everybody just flows through her when she breaks the line. You also have to look at Jillian Underhill out on the edges, usually at outside center. She scores a lot of tries out wide for them. When Yasmin Valerio punches a hole, it's usually Underhill who's able to capitalize out wide.
Have to give a little shout out for Anna Reintagen. Watch for that number 9. She really keeps this team moving. And there you see the Bonnies, St. Bonaventure, coached by Meredith Pike, joined by Jen Stump in the coaching squad for this team. Director of Rugby, Tui Osborne. They're also 5-0 in the season, posting some big scores, looking to punch their ticket to continue on in the playoffs. Pat Clifton, let's talk about these Bonnies.
That's right. The Bonnies, coached by first-year head coach Meredith Pike. She actually played at the University of Rochester with Cortland assistant Ashley Crossway, so there'll be a friendly rivalry tonight on the sidelines. They are co-captained by both McKenna Ramsey at number 8 and Kaylee Vincent, who is out tonight with an injury. That is a key omission from the St. Bonaventure lineup. But McKenna Ramsey, she will be pairing up across from Yasmin Valerio all night. Also a very dynamic runner and defender. That is a key matchup tonight, watching the number 8s as they go head-to-head.
Should be an exciting one. We are ready for some rugby here at the Mara Athletic Complex. We are just minutes away. Let's take a moment to talk about our referee team for tonight's contest. Head referee tonight is going to be Alana Gregory, the pride of Buffalo, or maybe Binghamton. Very well-regarded referee, will be taking the center position with Matt Lake assisting. And we are almost ready to kick off here with Steve Zarachik joining as well. You get a look at Matt Lake there, Pat. Very good referee team for this big matchup. We're almost ready to get underway. You're going to see Bonaventure wearing the yellow and white, and in black and red will be Cortland, SUNY Cortland, running from left to right on your screen here. You see in the yellow there, it is St. Bonaventure. We are ready to go in this exciting matchup. National Collegiate Rugby, Friday Night Rugby, the Upstate New York Championship match. 2 5-0 teams ready to get underway. Everything in referee Gregory's hands.
McKenna, you ready? Grace?
You see Becca Heaney getting ready to kick this one off. And Becca Heaney gets us underway, and we are in the match here. Bonnies take it inside their own 22. Good charging run there straight away. Some power coming for these teams. We'll see where they decide to go. Both teams have some players with some good high school experience. We see the ball moved out from Ashley Reed. Reed moves that one out to the right-hand side. Players have a bit of depth back here, but they're going to run. The ball comes to Reed again. Nice little break up the wing here, just inside their 40-meter line. Bonnies are ready to run. Kyla Pazikowicz, scrum half, getting the moving once again. A big power run just off the side of that ruck. Here come the Bonnies, looking to make a first good attack. Ball down to the hands of Macy Beardsley, a number 6 jersey, but turned over there by the Red Dragons. Red Dragons on the way, and Ryan Tagan gets it moving immediately. Early turnover here, under a minute in, all running, all action. Ryan Tagan picks that one out. Moves it quickly. They're right at the 40-meter line, and that's Yasmin Valerio, Pat, the player you've been talking about. Heaney moves it again. They're going wide. Cortland looking strong here. Cutting back in is Sunny Marie Davarin. And they're at the 22 of the Bonnies. McKenna Ramsey coming in to try to pick that one away, but referee Gregory right on the spot. First penalty of the match. Looks like both teams want to run tonight, Pat.
Yeah, that's right. Cortland's defense was nice and patient early on. They saw an opportunity. Lauren Remex stole the ball, and now the Red Dragons are off to the races.
Grace Quick, the senior from Lafayette, New York, takes that one in off the penalty, and they stay on the move there. It's number 5, Lauren Remex. Moving the ball off to that left-hand side. Heaney takes that one. Ryan Tagan. Good work here by the Red Dragons, working their way inside the 22. Counter ruck coming in from the Bonnies. Ryan Tagan going to be able to move this one away again. She's a short runner there. That looks like Valerio. Ball coming back to Ryan Tagan. Winds up in the hands of Devorin. Devorin takes a good shot from one of the St. Bonaventure players. That one looked like it may have been turned over, but Cortland comes up with it again. The referee spots a knock on. We're going to have our first scrum of the game here. 2.25 minutes in, as a referee Gregory spots a knock on there. Pat, these teams are really putting their intent down.
That's right. I mean, both of these teams have come in with huge winning margins all season. One from the East, Cortland coming out of the East unscathed and undefeated, and St. Bonaventure coming out of the West. They knew that this was going to be the best matchup, and they're both coming and bringing it specifically in the breakdown.
The audio was working, the video was
Scrum of the game, see Ryan Tagan. Ready to go, Ryan Tagan, a senior from South Courtwright, New York. Exercise science major for the Red Dragons. Ryan Tagan moves it across there. But we come for another, oops, sorry, it was a little blip on my screen there. Ball in for the Red Dragons. Red Dragons digging that ball out, but taken away illegally, however. Hands in against the Bonnies. It's going to be a penalty for the Red Dragon. Ryan Tagan likes to move this one quick. Gets it up into the hands of Lauren Romake. She's a big carrier for the team, the senior from Islip, New York. Now they have some room out to the side if they can get it there. A little offload comes. Are they in the try zone? Can they get this one down? Yes, they have. First 5 points on the board go to the Cortland Red Dragons.
Some very heavy carries there from Romake and from Valerio, creating some space out wide for the Bonnies. They were able to shift it, go through the hands, and their skills held up. And they were able to attack that, and the Bonnies just were not populated enough out on the wing in order to keep up. So a good quick play from the Red Dragons, a way to exploit the space very quickly after that penalty.
Look at the play roll on there. Romake takes it. Ryan Tagan, as stated, is able to move that ball quickly. Ball out. Trying to see who that try scorer is. And it is M. Steen. M. Steen touches that one down. The senior from Hartford, South Dakota. And 5-0.
The ruck tonight. So far tonight, the ruck has been the real battleground to watch. Both of these teams, as we mentioned, as I was mentioning as they were scoring that try, the ruck, they knew that this was going to be their toughest game. A lot of new players on either side. They didn't really know exactly where the battleground was going to be, and we're finding it in the ruck, and that's where they're testing each other early. A lot of counter-rucking early on. 2 or 3 bodies going in from the defense. And so far, that has been the decider in the 5-point difference.
We are underway again. Cortland quickly a hold of the ball at their own 40-meter line on that restart. Ryan Tagan in as quick as you like. Little knock-on creeps in, however. So Bonaventure, St. Bonaventure, the Bonnies will have the opportunity for a put-in at the scrum in the Cortland zone. So important moment here for this Bonnies team, Pat.
Yeah, absolutely. St. Bonaventure, this is their best attacking platform so far tonight. This is, it would be a really nice answer if they could keep the ball in this end for an extended period and get some points out of this pressure and field position.
We'll make the club vice president there, knocks that one on. A little hard luck for her. Referee Gregory getting us going again here. Zikowicz gets this one in. Off the back they come. McKenna Ramsey puts in a big challenge right there. And on the move are the Bonnies. Good power in that first run. They're bringing back up to Jillian Ray. Ray gets that one down, no problem. Zikowicz. Ball up into the hands of Caitlin De Silva. Forwards doing some work here. Good counter ruck coming in from Cortland. Referee has spotted an illegal play by Bonaventure. Player was in cleanly there for Cortland, and Bonaventure decided to go. Here comes Ryan Tagan. Moves into a sea of yellow jerseys, gets taken down eventually. Somebody's going to have to come in and pick and go on this one. Romake happy to do the work. Ryan Tagan moves that one out. Now they're looking to the backs here, looking for a little offload. Is Abby Beers, but cannot make that happen. Sorry, it was Devoren that took that one in. Now they're moving again. That's Valerio. No release there from St. Bonaventure. Opportunity for SUNY Cortland. They've been trying to go quick so far. We'll see what they decide to do. Ryan Tagan this time looks to touch. Puts that one out. It's going to be a line out for SUNY Cortland just inside the Bonaventure half.
I think you can pick up just on the referee's mic after that last tackle. You could hear Yasmin Valerio kind of lamenting out loud how good this defense is for St. Bonaventure. As I've been saying, these two teams have blown out everybody they played this season. To be, Yasmin is not very used to being tackled by the first, second, or third person that makes contact with him.
Move that one again. It's out to Heaney. Heaney moves it a little wider. Maybe turned over, but knocked on instead. It's going to be a scrum here for St. Bonaventure. 7.5 minutes going in this Friday night rugby contest in upstate New York. 5-0 to the Cortland Red Dragons.
Oh, it's a scrum.
Some good defense here from St. Bonaventure. The tackle just jarring the ball loose, causing the knock-on, giving the Bonnies another great attacking platform here midfield. Split scrum, so the Cortland defense has to decide which side, either right or left of the scrum, is going to be down a man. See what McKenna Ramsey does here from the back of the set piece. She had a really nice carry off the last one.
Hyla Zikowicz, the first-year player to put this win in, an art major at St. Bonaventure. Played with Orchard Park Rugby in high school. Player that's a team that's produced a lot of quality players in upstate New York, Buffalo area. Referee Gregory gets everything set cleanly. Big squeeze coming in from the Red Dragons. Trouble here for Bonaventure. Penalty comes in. Great work. That is a powerful statement, powerful moment in the scrum from the Red Dragons, Pat.
Absolutely. I mean, for them to bowl over there, you wonder what was happening in that first scrum. They tackled McKenna Ramsey once. They said, let's not give her that much space off the back of the next one. And this time they absolutely bowled over the Bonnies.
And here comes Valerio. Valerio wasting no time. The junior from Queens, New York. Played in some of the Play Rugby USA programs, but that one gets knocked forward there. So an advantage here for St. Bonaventure. We'll see what they decide to do with it. Player comes over. We're going to come back for the scrum. Referee Gregory right on the spot for that one.
Cortland seems to have a tactic at the breakdown of kind of crabbing the first person there. They're not necessarily putting hands on it, trying to contest it, but crabbing past it and then creating a counter ruck scenario that has got them a couple of turnovers there, but it could result in a penalty as well. Let's see how the referee adjudicates that the rest of the way.
Look at that previous scrum
wow.
there.
Cortland
Cortland just
putting
bowls over
the
that
Bonnies
one.
on skates.
And here they have to try again. Scrum comes together. This one comes out from Zickwick quickly. Gets it in the hand of Ashley Reed. Reed moves it out into the midfield. Ball taken down by Beers. Quick pop up there, and here come the forwards. Jillian Ray gets on that one. The first-year player from Jamestown, New York. Went to Salamanca High School. Ball out again into the hands of Reed. They're going to go a little wider this time. Decide to cut that one back in. Nice shot by Kyla Nentars. It's run by Nentars. Ball up there to Lexi Switzer. Switzer takes into contact, the junior from Buffalo. Zickowicz moves it up, and they've got a little room down that right-hand side here. Jillian Ray finds some room. Jillian Ray barrels her way across. She's beat another one. Jillian Ray across midfield. Bonaventure players in there to clean that one up. They've got a head of steam. Zickowicz finds it quickly out to Reed. They've got some runners in the midfield. Looking to go wide with this one. Ball just bobbles onto the ground. Squirts a little backwards there. They've lost some ground. Opportunity and some room out on this left-hand side. Get the ball up to Kaylee Cologne. But a great counter ruck there again by Cortland. Taken away immediately. Looking to go wide. Get the ball in the hand of Peyton Myers. Peyton Myers across midfield. Peyton Myers looking at it right there. Finally taken down by a couple of Bonnie's players. And Gall trying to get in and clean that one up for St. Bonnie's, but not happening. They're coming right back in, does Valerio. Sets a ruck in the same place there. Allows the St. Bonaventure defense just to reset a little bit as the ball comes up to Alexis Gomez. Gomez, a sophomore from Manhattan at the Columbia Secondary School. Now they move the ball out a little wider. Great run here. What speed, what electric feet. That's Jillian Underhill. She is headed towards the post. And Jillian Underhill gets the second touchdown for the SUNY Cortland Red Dragons.
I was talking to Sarah Kelleher, the president and inside center for this Cortland team, and I was asking her what players do I need to be looking out for tonight, and Underhill was one of her number one players, and it was because of that pace right there. St. Bonaventure's back line just getting a little bit too bunched up around the rucks, largely because of some big carries from Yasmin Valerio, and Underhill, when she got the space out wide, she was not going to be touched.
The junior from Hammondsport, New York.
Here she is, just not a Bonnie's defender. One outside, but in bad position, back behind the line. And she's got so much pace. Your feet, your footwork has to be right. You're going to have to bring your hips. You're going to have to bring your shoulders. You have to bring it all. And unfortunately, both of the Bonnie's defenders were out of position to do just that. And that's 2 tries now for the Cortland Red Dragons, who are looking to overpower the Bonnie's here. This was the matchup last year in the semifinals, and Cortland beat St. Bonaventure to advance to this stage. So now St. Bonaventure, their goal was just to make it to this game. They have reached it. I know head coach Meredith Pike would like to get one more and put a conference championship trophy in the cabinet in her first year in the head coaching position as well. Absolutely great stuff going on at St. Bonaventure rugby-wise. As we wait for the ball to get kicked off. The conversion was good, so we're at 12-0. Cortland over St. Bonaventure. About 13 and a half minutes gone. As Nentars gets us started, but quickly taken by one of the Cortland players. Reinshagen puts it up to Romek. Romek has been a key carrier for this team tonight. I can imagine we'll continue to see that. Try scorer offloads that one. Nice break coming in here. Another speedster. M. Steen gets taken down outside of the 22 of the Bonnies. Reinshagen on the spot to take that one. Valerio tries to find a little space. Gets past the defensive line, but eventually taken down. Our referee Gregory unhappy with an offsides earlier. Going to come back to a penalty here against St. Bonaventure. Penalties starting to mount for the Bonnies, and really a lot of unforced errors and some self-forced pressure mounting against them. Grace Quick, the senior from Lafayette, New York, takes that one into contact off the Reinshagen quick tap. Ball up to Heaney. Heaney looking for a make, but ball just hits the ground there. They're going to get this one going again. Reinshagen, there's some room out to that left-hand side if they want to go to it.
See what they decide to do. St. Bonnie's player has to get herself back on sides and does. I thought she was going to be offside there for a second, but picked up by Alexis Gomez. Now they're working it out to that left-hand side. Little pass up there from Underhill. Underhill gets that ball back around the corner. Underhill looking for the try zone. Underhill, 2 in a row. Great try there by SUNY Cortland. That space just opened up for him, Pat, and they are happy to take it.
Absolutely. It was a beautiful little give and go from Underhill over to M. Steen, and then back to Underhill for the try. Alexis Gomez, really impressed by her play. She's the only player for SUNY Cortland who actually played rugby in high school. She made a couple of nice plays here to set this one up. But here it is, Underhill, giving it over to Steen, looping her, coming back for that ball again. Really impressive play by Underhill. That's an experienced player. Follow your pass. You stay in the fight, keep your head in the game, and you get rewarded with the try.
Yeah, I got the 5 behind that.
Bit of a tough angle on this kick here. That one is no good, so we're going to be at 17-0. 15 minutes gone in this contest. Plenty more time to play. St. Bonaventure really needs to get a little action going in here, Pat. Get themselves on the board a bit.
That's right, absolutely. Yeah, you're talking to both of these coaches. I thought Cortland was their power up front was where they were going to be able to gain an advantage, but so far it's been the speed out wide, scoring 2 tries, setting up a lot of stuff, and M. Steen's her pace has caused a lot of trouble for the Bonnies defense as well. The Bonnies are doing all right. When they have the ball in hand, they do well. Some really nice carries from Jillian Ray earlier. McKenna Ramsey has done well. Ashley Reed is moving the ball across the pitch very successfully. They just need to hold on to the ball a little bit better and quit committing so many penalties, because that is what is putting Cortland on the front foot, allowing Jillian Underhill to space out wide.
And Cortland player takes the ball, decides to set it up a little further back than they might have had to there. Big collision coming in. Good hit by the Bonnies. They want to stay down in this Cortland end if they can. Peyton Myers takes that one up. Counter ruck coming in from the Bonnies. Players trying to hold their feet there, but knock on forced in there by the Bonaventure team. The scrum here for St. Bonaventure. Great attacking position, Pat.
Absolutely great attacking position. Their body position is going to have to be great as well if they want to keep it. The last scrum was a bit of a backward skate from them. I think they're going into a triple lux or something on the ice. They're going to have to firm it up here and make sure they get this ball out the back to McKenna Ramsey.
Coach letting McKenna Ramsey know that she has to get in there. Referee, however, says that ball out now. Coming in this direction, Ashley Reed, they can move it into the midfield. They're looking for some runners. Big, powerful charge there from Nentars. Reed going the other way. There's some runners out wide if they can get up there. Jillian Ray takes it into contact. Zikowicz finds Reed again. They've got a pod out on this right-hand side. De Silva carries that one in. You see the Cortland defenders just calling their team back around. Cortland again trying to counter-ruck this one, but offsides against the back line. Referee Gregory is going to bring us over. It's going to be a penalty here against Cortland. And go quick they are. That's McKenna Ramsey. McKenna Ramsey puts a little pass up there. Players getting a good charge here. Big bump off comes in from Nentars. Nentars just about 5 meters out from the Cortland line. Cortland, again, great counter-ruck work here as they dig and the ball is up in their hands. Well done to Cortland. Unafraid on their own line to go for that counter-ruck. Works for them that time. Ball up in the hands of M. Steen. Ryan Tagan has runners. Cortland happy to run from their own end here, confident in their ability to secure the ball. Ryan Tagan looking for some runners, finds Valerio. Valerio gets to Steen. Steen takes a couple of tacklers with her, trying to get her arms free. Unfortunately, doesn't get them free. They're going to kick this one. Ball's going to roll towards touch and not make it. Back into the hands of one of the Bonnies players we go. Bonnies on the attack. Zikowicz makes her way over. Going to one of the big runners there. Big bump off from De Silva. De Silva solid on that one. The first-year player from 3 Mile Bay, New York. And not releasing against SUNY Cortland. A penalty here for the Bonnies.
It was Yasmin Valerio that De Silva delivered that hit to. That was took her a couple seconds to get off the ground. I'm going to be watching her as she moves around in the next few minutes.
Little knock on there by Cortland, but there was an initial knock on from the Bonnies. We're going to scrum here for SUNY Cortland.
And this is that hit we were just talking about. Absolutely. It was Yasmin Valerio with some good line speed coming up for Cortland. Yep, that was Valerio coming up just a little bit too high. Didn't bring her feet with her in the tackle, and she ate every bit of Caitlin De Silva's left shoulder. And I'm guessing is moving a little bit slower from that. That was a great run. Some hard-charging runs from the locks for the St. Bonaventure Bonnies, hiding two of their best runners at number 4 and number 5. You don't usually say that about an engine room, but this St. Bonaventure second row out in the open with ball in hand has been impressive.
Yeah, they know their job. They're trying to punch those holes in. Cortland, very strong scrum. Ryan Tagan gets that one away. Well taken by M. Steen. Heaney has to work her way in there. Gets a ball to Valerio. Valerio likes to take it flat in the line. Gets it back to Ryan Tagan. Little footwork gets her past the defensive line. Pick and go from Cortland. We've seen them before. Cortland's got a good offload game in tight if they can get it there. Now they move it out wide to Underhill. Underhill gets it around to the wraparound. Steen effective there. Looking for somebody to offload to. Finds Devorin. Sunny Marie Devorin, the junior from Walden, New York. Ryan Tagan again gets the ball up. Emily Russo takes that one from Hauppauge, New York, the sophomore. Big ball up into the hands of awaiting Lauren Romake, the senior, always happy to carry. Math major. We're going to come back here for not rolling away against the Bonnies. I would imagine Ryan Tagan may go quick on this one. And I'm totally wrong as she goes for the side. We're going to have a line out here for SUNY Cortland.
Really good service from Ryan Tagan around the park, allowing players like Romake here to find a little bit of space in that defensive line. I'm impressed with her ability to get that ball out, to find a good runner, identify her, and put her on the front foot. She's doing a good job of marshaling this Red Dragon team around.
Nice line out taken down by Cortland. Looking at the maul. They're driving this one. Power coming through. At the back for a penalty. Player is not leaving the line out correctly, so it's going to be a Cortland ball. Ryan Tagan's going to take it herself, going to offload to Valerio. Valerio looking for the try line, gets it back to Ryan Tagan. Ryan Tagan has a penalty advantage here. SUNY Cortland still on the move. Grace Quick would be happy to touch this one down. Grace Quick, the forwards captain on the team, takes that one in. Ryan Tagan has some runners a little wider if she wants them. Heaney goes out there, step back in. Try coming, try awarded. Number 12, Sarah Kelleher gets in the action. And both centers have scored for SUNY Cortland in this National Collegiate Rugby Friday night rugby matchup.
Yasmin Valerio, I think she's just fine. Was a little worried after she took that big hit, but she managed to squeeze off a couple of really nice offloads in this attack to set up this score and move the ball out to the team president. She does all the work off the field, doing the interviews with the commentators before the match, scheduling the games, maybe washing the jerseys. It's only right that she gets rewarded with a try, and there's one for Sarah Kelleher and the Red Dragons.
Kick to come for the Red Dragons to extend their lead. Very effective, Pat, when they get that ball in hand. They're playing tight, playing wide, unafraid to run. Players that look like they're having fun out there.
You know, there's some adjectives involved in tonight's game, like small college is what you think. And then you look at the rosters, and Cortland's only rostering 17 players tonight. Bonaventure is only rostering 19 players tonight. Small doesn't mean bad. It's not a negative thing. In the small college division, the talent that's out here, the skill, the way that they're able to move this ball, the way that Steen and Jillian Underhill are working, this is some really high-quality rugby. I'm impressed by both of these teams. Obviously, Cortland getting the better of it at the moment, but some really good skill from everyone around, and I'm impressed with the play and the standard of play for sure.
Certainly fun to watch as we're going to see St. Bonaventure kick this one off. Just about 15 minutes to go in this first half here at the Mara Athletic Complex. Beautiful Friday evening in New York State.
There's a chance we get 40 burgered in the first half.
Bonnie's got to find an answer for the counter ruck. This Cortland counter ruck has been the story tonight between that and the little St. Bonaventure in discipline. I think that is the real reason behind the 22-point difference at the moment.
Romake yet again powering into contact. Heaney takes that one in. Tagan looking for a runner and finds one. Carrier's just always ready for this Red Dragons team. Tagan quickly spots it. It's been turned over by the Bonnies. Opportunity for the Bonnies here just inside the Cortland half. Zikowicz moves it across, gets it in the hands of Beata. Zikowicz moves that one across. Lexi Switzer. Ball turned over this time by Cortland. The referee says that's fine, wants him to play. Heaney puts a little one-handed pass out there. Cortland to the ground. Hagen digging this one out. Has Valerio. Valerio keeps running back in towards the contact area, not really just stretching that defense out as much. Hagen will once again get to the Gomez. Gomez makes a nice line break there, gets it to Romake. Nice offload between the forwards there. They get it up to Grace quick. Forwards just having a great time here. Quick handoff, quick ball work as they move the ball a good 30 meters down the field, but turned over now. It's McKenna Ramsey. McKenna Ramsey takes that one down. Ramsey from Cicero, New York. Big handoff there. And the Bonnies on the move. Assistant referee looking to see if this one's going to roll on a touch. But referee Gregory has spotted hands in the ruck against Cortland, and St. Bonaventure is going to go quick with this one. St. Bonaventure moving across field. One of their power runners just takes that one in. Zikowicz moving that into the middle of the field, trying to capture some of the defenders. Hagen just ripped that one out of hand, but it's going to come back the way of Nentars. She's going to be able to get that one to the ground. Ball to Reed. Reed takes a big hit there, or Luca Gall does after the Reed pass, and stolen away yet again. The counter ruck effective one more time as Peyton Myers gets a hold of it, but she's being driven back. Gets the ball to the try scorer, Sarah Kelleher. Big run from Emily Russo. The power continues. The big challenges continue. McKenny Ramsey continues to rip that one out of people's hands. And here come the Bonnies. Bonnies on the move. Haley Cologne steps in the first, the distributor spot. First receiver there being Ashley Reed. Good work by Cortland to just slow down the momentum a little bit, but back up into the hands of Abby Beers. Beata steps into the distributor position there, gets the ball back to Middaugh. Kaylee Middaugh making a nice break here as the fullback, and these teams are just flying up and down the field. This is real end-to-end, width-to-width stuff they're looking for here. Ball up to one of the St. Bonnie's players. Nice line break. That's Lexi Switzer. Switzer gets that one safely in. Cortland unable to counter-ruck that time. There's De Silva. We know what she's capable of when she's running. Takes on her opposite number there with a big hit on Romake. Zikowicz moves it out. Nice step there from Nentars. Looking for somebody to offload to. Gets it there. Offload again. Ashley Reed. Great work keeping the ball alive from both of these teams. Big run there from Beers. Beers still on the move. Beers across the 40-meter line. She's at the 22. Hauled down eventually by 2 or 3 of these Red Dragons players. They're going to have to get themselves back on side. Have done. Ball up to Middaugh. Middaugh moves it just out wide. Skinas. Zikowicz moves it again. Good passage play here for this Bonnie's team. You can see him just growing in confidence with every phase here. Good hands in from Cortland. The Bonnie's able to hang on to that one. Reed moves it across. Looking for a runner, finds Ramsey. They get it out to the speedy Kayla Cologne. She is brought down eventually by Underhill. Zikowicz takes a little dart off the side, but she has to go in. Ball to the ground. Runners out wide here if they can get it there. Lexi Switzer has to take it into contact. Zikowicz might want to get there a little quicker to work away that counter ruck. Cortland with defensive pressure forces a knock on there against the Bonnies. Good passage of play, but it's going to be a scrum here to SUNY Cortland, Pat.
Good passage of play is an understatement. That was frenetic, back and forth, huge hits, turnover after turnover. It was phenomenal rugby we were getting treated to here tonight. Without a doubt, I think the most physical Friday night rugby match we've had. These ladies are absolutely hammering each other. Abby Beers is out there on offense, throwing stiff arms left and right. The hitting from Valerio has been fantastic. Romake is taking a lick and with the ball in hand and then getting up and delivering it when she's on defense. Fantastic rugby we're being treated to. Very, very physical, and no one out here is afraid of contact, that's for sure.
There's a look at Beers with those handoffs, huh? Tremendous work by the inside center. As we come to the scrum, Cortland has been a little stronger in these, but Bonnie's trying to get that one away. Ryan Tagan always on the spot. Very fleet of foot and fleet of mind, always sees what's possible. Nice work off the back there from Valerio. Ball moved away. Heaney gets it out on the midfield. Referee Gregory has spotted something against the Bonnies. We're going to come back for a penalty. And we're at 31.5 minutes gone of this first half.
That steal from Anna Ryan taken at the back of that scrum is one of the more impressive plays I've ever seen. Looked like somebody was stealing the shotgun snap from a quarterback.
And there's Ryan Tagan again. Good runs coming in. Heaney moves it out of the midfield. It goes behind Underhill. Steen has a hold of it. Another big, powerful run. Caitlin De Silva has to make the tackle this time. Ball up to a waiting Emily Russo. The sophomore driven back. Ryan Tagan slips through her legs there. Comes out to Heaney. Heaney. Pass is just not quite going to hand here for Cortland these last minute or so. Everybody a little winded after this very speedy first half, and the ball goes up to Peyton Myers, a junior from Lowville, New York, went to Lowville Academy, just started playing rugby this year. Knock-on creeps in against Cortland. It'll be a scrum here for St. Bonaventure.
We talked a lot about the centers for Cortland tonight. Sarah Kelleher getting a try, Jillian Underhill getting two and touching the ball an awful lot and creating a lot of space. But the St. Bonaventure centers, his last 10 minutes have really picked up between Abby Beers and Kyla Nentars. Nentars is doing a lot of damage out there on offense and on defense. They've got a great attacking platform. They've got Cortland's defense split here. I'd like to get the ball to one of them, either Nentars or Beers in space, to see if they can bash their way through this line.
Referee Gregory going to pull this up a little bit there. So we get a look at Ashley Reed, another Orchard Park player from Orchard Park, New York, studying psychology, criminology, and human services as a minor. Her high school was at state champions in 2021 and 2022. Good drive there by Cortland. Zikowicz has to go back and get that one. Can't get the ball out to her Orchard Park teammate, but offsides against Cortland. Here comes Bonaventure. McKenna Ramsey gets around a couple. She's working her way towards the line. They're about 5 meters out. She's just going to keep that train rolling. Good power as her teammates are coming in. Good ruck that time. No ability for Cortland to counter ruck. Looking to come back in is Lexi Switzer. One on the ground and a nice little handoff there. And here comes the Bonnies. Bonnies looking for the line. Bonnies get it down. Ashley Reed. Zikowicz looking for a runner. Zikowicz goes herself to a wall of Cortland defenders. Reed picks it up, gets it out there into the hands of Nentars, and into the try zone they go. A referee says Ball's good, and Kyla Nentars is going to touch that one down for the Bonnies, and they're on the board before the end of the half.
My suggestion was to get the ball to either her or Abby Beers in space, but Kyla Nentars doesn't even need space. Just give her the ball, and she'll create it herself. She bashes through the line there and finds a little bit of green space to dot the ball down. Fantastic move there by the Bonnies. Really salty play. This was a really nice pickup there by Tyler Pazikiewicz. Had to pick the ball up and take it in herself, and Ashley Reed serving it from the base of the scrum to Nentars.
Is she kicking it from there?
Imstein, she is absolutely lethal in offense, but she didn't want any part of Nentars right there at point-blank distance. Both ladies' shoulders right above their knees. She didn't want any part of that, and Nentars was able to get it across the line.
Macy Beardsley, the front rower, lining up to kick this one. The senior from Fillmore, New York. Has a cat named Pierogies, if you need to know.
Left. Yeah, that's fantastic. Who doesn't love pierogies, either the cat or the snack? I'm sure the cat's just as lovely as the snack. We get it out to Nentars again. Lomo. M. Steen. You can see her say, oh, this is happening. And Nentars puts it down for the try. Very important 4.5 minutes here and as we approach halftime in terms of the end result. If Cortland's able to get a score, it's going to be a way different halftime conversation for the Bonnies. If the Bonnies can get one, it's going to be jubilation in there with a lot of positive energy and momentum. And I think the Bonnies would be really happy just to get in right now and only be down 3 scores. So this last couple of minutes here, really crucial for this Upstate New York Conference Championship bout.
They have had a nice little momentum shift here as you look at Luca Gall from Cazenovia, New York, to Innovation Tech High School. Happy to have that ball come her way. It did not, however, but they're going to move it here. Good contest for the ball, nearly ripped away there by Devorin. We're going to come up for not releasing against Cortland. Bonaventure on the move quickly. McKenna Ramsey at her own 22, happy to run, but player at not 10. Referee's going to want to have a discussion, and the hands in the pocket very quickly there. That is Jillian Underhill, going to be off the field for 10 minutes, and that's a big loss for this Cortland team, Pat.
Huge loss, absolutely. I mean, to lose any player, but she has been fantastic for them all night. St. Bonaventure, hot to trot. They're ready to go fast. For a team that they do not have the body composure of a team that is down by 17 points.
Zickwitz moves that one out. Caitlin DeSilver, the power runner, takes that one in. You can see they're just inside the Bonnies half. They're at their own 40 right now. Looking for some big runs as Jillian Ray powers that one forward. Ray, the first-year player from Jamestown, New York, went to Salamanca High School. Nice break up the side here from the Bonnies. Hauled in a touch, however, and with just 2.5 minutes on the game clock, it's going to be a lineup here for SUNY Cortland.
I wonder if the referee isn't getting some help from her assistant referees through the course of this half, because some of the calls have changed a little bit. Some of the things Cortland was being rewarded for early on, they are now being pinged for. We talked about the great snipe from the number 9, Anna Reinshagen, at the back of one scrum. At the back of the next scrum, she got a penalty that led to that Nentars try. And now we've got a yellow card on the board.
Heaney moves that one in the midfield for Cortland. They're a player down, but happy to run as ever. Tagan gets that one to M. Steen. Steen happy to crash it in right off the side there. Tagan again. Gets the ball up to Rayner. Kiera Rayner, the first-year player from Maine, New York. Big hit comes in there from the Bonnies. Looking for the counter ruck was Nentars after the hit, but can't get it. Quick is able to get that one down. Into the hands of Lauren Remake. Tagan gets that one up into the hands of Brooke D'Agostino. D'Agostino gets that out to Valerio. Valerio finds some room to run. She's just inside her half. McKenna Ramsey hoping to take that one away, but player was way off sides there. As we take a look at the fans here at this Friday night matchup for National Collegiate Rugby, Valerio is the first receiver on that penalty play. So Move it away through Ryan Tagan. They get it to Heaney. She's looking to go wide here. Get it up into the hands of M. Steen. M. Steen has the gas if she can get around the corner. She's beat one. She's looking at the line, but she's hauled down. Great tackle there by that Bonnie's defender. Ball gets ripped away by McKenna Ramsey. There's a tussle for the ball, and the Bonnies are going to come away with it. We're just 20 seconds in the game clock in this half. Maybe some referees time. There's a Bonnies player taking the circuitous route, but is able to get around the end there. Out at the 22, little handoff. Keeping this one alive. It's Ashley Reed. Ball's been picked up. Looking for a last-ditch play here. Reed gets it back. It looked like it was knocked on. Eventually goes into touch. The referee looking at our watch here, and that's halftime. 22-5. The Red Dragons of Cortland are leading St. Bonaventure. The Bonnies, a hometown team. Pat Clifton, final thoughts on the half.
She has to be tired because I am just watching that. Great way to end that half. Cortland narrowly missing out on a try that could have extended here. But the Bonaventure defense holds. They get a timely turnover and are able to hold them out of the try zone. So we've got just a 3-score margin here going into the second half of this Upstate New York Conference Championship.
It's Friday night. It's National Collegiate Rugby. It's Friday Night Rugby. It is a lead for Cortland and a lot of running and a lot of fun with some big hits thrown in for good measure. We're going to step away for halftime. We'll be back in just a few.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty, time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the coach. We are the bind. We are the set. We are the squeeze. We are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scroll.
We keep playing when it hurts, and we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
It was very impressive. That was a very good skill set.
Colonial Coast to put this one in. No jump, no lift, but it finally comes down there. Colonial Coast, that's Melissa Drexler. She scores a couple today. Banks is going to sleep well tonight because she has done so much work and she has a little bit more to add to it. She has one person chasing her down, but Kaylee Middaugh is not going to see Ciano. Big break down the left-hand side across the 40-meter line. Player hauled down, gets it up in the hands of Keenan Nichols. Keenan Nichols offloads that one. On that far corner of the field they go. They have runners across. They're inside the 22, still working hard and great work. A good connection there, and the try line is available. And
Actually, that is Eden Liebenthal with the cover tackle and the stop on Bloch. Otherwise, Bloch would have been away. Prairie State's doing their best to get outside. Vanderzee misses the tackle there. And Kaylee Maddow sprints ahead.
Outside, Sharkey is not going to get the ball back because they're going to touch this one down under the post if they can. Well done, well deserved, well worked try. And it is Plotkin touching that one down. Hannah Plotkin from Shippensburg touches down a try here at Aviva Stadium in this small college championship. Runners, they get the ball out to Vanderzee. Vanderzee can't get through the defense that time. Ball is moved across by Minor. Now they are looking for some room out on the left-hand side, but Great Water is going to scoop that one up and go away, and breaking through right there is Claire Engman. Claire Engman evades Eden Liebenthal, and Claire.
Your hard work won't be in vain.
Izzy Robinson feeds that one off. A clear outside there for Nelson. She showed the in. She went to.
But good for them to give an attacking platform now for Upstate New York.
It's 5 minutes sudden death in overtime, so they get to that. We have 10 seconds left in regulation on the clock here. Upstate New York is going to move that one. A little indecision there in the middle of the field. Need to make something happen. Ball out wide there. Here's a break around the corner. Could this be the end of the game? This may be if this player doesn't get hauled down. And what a great work that is. Dolce Muscalo, that gymnast from Colgate University, economics major from Reading, Connecticut, touches it down. Teammates are lifting her up, and it is 15-10 with no time on the clock. Upstate New York may be our third place Division I.
With a backflip like that she just did.
It's Jess Dolce Muscalo for the try.
Oh, goodness!
There it is. Wow. Here, you see the 5-meter line. They're about 10 meters out from the. Welcome back to the Mara Athletic Complex here at St. Bonaventure University, Bonaventure, New York. The hometown Bonnies are trailing the visiting State University, New York, Cortland Red Dragons. Bit of an uphill climb, a lot of work to do in the second half. I'm John Broker, joined by Pat Clifton, the rugby man himself. Pat, Bonaventure, a bit of work to do, but what a first half.
Yeah, it looked like Cortland was going to run away with this one early on, getting 3 tries up early, 4 tries up early. But then the Bonaventure Bonnies got one in towards the end of the second half. In the last 10 minutes, they were really building the momentum, and it looked like they were going on the front foot. Cortland picked up a yellow card, which is going to extend here into the second half. So the Red Dragons will be down a player to start the second half. So the Bonaventure, the home team is building a little bit of momentum. If they can keep that coming out of the shed like they took it into the shed, it's only a 3-score difference. Still got quite a game here in this Upstate Conference Championship.
It's doable. You see Cortland there. They're ready to play. Referee Alana Gregory is going to join us again any second, and we'll get everything underway here for the second half. It was an all-action first half. I'm tired just from calling it. These players. We'll see how the reserve benches and their energy levels stay up in this next 40, but it is National Collegiate Rugby's Friday Night Rugby, so these teams are on the big stage, and this is the playoff. They're both undefeated. A lot to play for both of these teams. And we'll be underway in the second half anytime. As you take a look at Valerio, she's been that critical runner, just drawing in defenders for the Bonnies, as you see. And Ryan Tagan always in the spot to move that around. A lot of back and forth play here, Pat.
Like. You just saw a knock on, and then the other team catch it and then go into play and earn advantage. I mean, we've seen so few whistles. It has been end-to-end, touchline to touchline. One team has the ball about to score. The next team then does. Highlights from both teams. It has been a very hotly paced, very hotly contested, frenetic game so far.
And credit to referee Gregory. She's a well-regarded referee. Did a bowl match for the NCR last year. Has been doing a lot of great refereeing and just letting these teams flow and letting them play. Been a joy to watch, a joy to call in the second half. I'm sure we'll bring more of the same as soon as we're ready to go. And here's the big one, Pat.
Absolutely. A lot of good bumps early in this game. That was Valerio taking the hit on that one, and then worried if she'd be able to get up. She did, and then she delivered a bunch of thumps. She took another one right there. That was her taking another one. So she can take lumps and deliver them.
Unafraid to get into contact.
That's right. Tough chin and a haymaker if you want to be a champion. There we go. There's the haymaker from Valerio. You can see her take it, and that was her delivering it. And then this is her. We cut it a little bit short, but then she got up and won that counter ruck just after she delivered that slobber knocker of a tackle for loss as well.
The Red Dragons look like they are ready to play. Both teams, and here come the referee team. See, 22-5 on this beautiful New York evening. Bonnies will be running left to right on your screen wearing yellow, and there you see Cortland, the State University of New York at Cortland. The Red Dragons are running from right to left. Referee Alana Gregory set to get us going yet again. Referee making sure the teams are good to go, and we are underway again. This one does not go 10. Touched by St. Bonnie's players, not to start to the second half they would want, but it's going to be a choice here for the Red Dragons. And they have asked for a re-kick.
Yep.
With the strength of their scrum, Pat, I'm just a bit surprised.
Yeah, that scrum was pretty impressive for a couple of those set pieces early on.
They are certainly ready to run the ball as ever. Good work there from D'Agostino. D'Agostino, the senior from Fredonia, the community health major. Ryan Tagan finds Heaney. Nice run coming in here from the Red Dragons. They're right at their own 22. A bit of ways to go. Ryan Tagan looking for a receiver and finds one. Nice line break there. That's Gomez. Gomez effective in finding those spaces in there. Captain of volleyball and basketball in high school, now playing rugby with the Red Dragons. So refer to themselves as the Peace Frogs every now and again. Ball comes wide to Heaney. Heaney moves it out in the midfield. That one is tapped forward just a bit. We're going to come to a scrum here for St. Bonaventure. We're going to head down to the sidelines where Nigel Hill is with the coaches. Little technical issue there. We'll come back to the scrum. Referee Gregory just having a chat with her assistant referee. Don't know if they're bringing the sin bin player back in.
Meredith Pike got the chance to work with her last year. She volunteered at the Collegiate Rugby Championship Sevens down in New Orleans. Got a lot of time to get to know her. She's a very ambitious young coach there in St. Bonaventure. Very grateful for her opportunity. She's doing a great job. She arrived, they only had like 9 players on campus. They go to the campus activities set up and were able to recruit 10 players immediately, and now they're here in the conference championship match.
And we're going to go back down now and talk to the coaches on the sideline.
Hey, we're down here with St. Bonaventure. Coach kind of was battling a deficit earlier on in the half. Looks like we were ready to battle back. How are you going to finish this game out and pull a win at home?
We're a second-half team, and
And we're back to the game here. We're going to keep on going in Bolton Mental.
They're ready to go. They're ready to go. This is the toughest competition we faced all season.
Yes.
And so we knew this was going to be quite a game, and we're stoked to face the competition.
Awesome. Yes. Good luck with the rest of the game. It's a great game to watch. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're underway as the ball is up in the hands of Luca Gall. Zikowicz has to go in and clean that one up, so Reed is off the back there. Ball back to St. Bonnie's. Just 4 minutes gone in this second half. St. Bonnie's inside the half of Cortland. A first score for them would be an awful lot of positive energy. Put up a little pass there into McKenna Ramsey's hands. Ramsey been happy to run this entire game. Cortland looking for the counter up, but they're not going to get it there. Ball up to Reed. She moved it in the middle of the field, but that one just slips off the hand. We're going to come back for a scrum here for the Cortland Red Dragons inside the St. Bonnie's half.
This Cortland defense is holding up very well, especially being a man down. St. Bonaventure asking a lot of questions in this midfield, and they're able to come up with an answer every single time. You got to think it's pretty draining if you're sitting here with a power play and you're unable to really advance too far into the attacking end. If they can get through this 10 minutes unscathed, I think Cortland might steal the momentum here.
Ryan Tagan to put this one in. Just dropped in there and well taken. Valerio's feet. Ball comes off to Heaney. They put it in the middle of the field. Big hit coming in again here. There have been plenty of those. But M. Steen on the spot to pick that one up and take it away. The outdoor recreation major was a hockey goalie for 3 seasons.
Get back.
Players offside there from St. Bonaventure, but referee Gregory is going to let us play on here. Emily Russo punches another hole in the defense. Very effective has the number 3 been. Ball out in the middle of the field to Kelleher. That one moved on to Steen. Steen offloads that one. Here comes Cortland. They love these little offloads. Eventually tackled. Player coming over this for St. Bonaventure. Bonnie's looking to dig that one out. Nice pick and go there by Steen. Steen offloads that one.
Release.
The referee calling for a lower tackle. A player moved away, so they're okay. Ryan taking it up to Valerio. Valerio gets another couple of inches there as the counter rock comes in from the Bonnies, but illegally. And Pat, I think that would be a Bonnies conversation. They've been counter-rucking this half. We'll talk about that in just a second as Ryan Tagan looks at the line, and Ryan Tagan scores the try. First one in the second half. I thought it bounced it just before it, but they're going to award the try there, and Ryan Tagan gets 5 points on the board.
That is absolutely a huge accomplishment for Cortland to be able to go and score another try and extend your lead with arguably your best player, Jillian Underhill, the 2-try scorer, on the bench because she's in the sin bin. And great play here by Ryan Tagan. Quick tap on that penalty. Maybe got away with a bit of a knock on at the edge there. But the point you were making, I think, that St. Bonaventure came out and started counter-rucking here at the beginning of the second half. That penalty that led to that quick tap, that looked an awful lot like something that Cortland was rewarded for early in that second half. So this breakdown continues to be a battleground for both of these teams as the referee continues to try to sort out what's going on in there. But both teams are battling it out. And St. Bonaventure, they definitely talked about it in the shed that they had gotten beat in the counter-ruck. They had gotten beat in the breakdown. Came out intent and aggressive to flip that switch in the second half. And so far, they got penalized here, and it cost them with this quick tap try from Ryan Tagan.
And the conversion was good from Grace Quick, the prop taking the kicking duties. We're up 29-7, and there is that little mishandle of the ball. I think she got a hold of it again. Good deft work there by the scrum half.
Nice shot from the replay team. It looked like she was able to keep control, make a rugby move. Do we have to say that? Do you have to make a rugby move, John? I don't remember the terminology.
Oh, yeah. I'll leave that for yours. Pick your own brain for that one. Nice high kick coming up from the Bonnies. It goes 10 into Quick. Just had to kick the conversion, and now starting off play again after the restart. Ryan Tagan. The ball up to the ever-ready Lauren Romek. Ball out from Heaney. They move it wide quickly. Good tackle comes in, but a bit high. So it's going to be a penalty for Cortland. Ryan Tagan going to put this one in touch, and they're going to go for the line out a little further downfield, just around halfway. The line out here for the Red Dragons. 9 minutes into the
Haven't
second
seen
half.
very many lineouts tonight. Very few lineouts tonight. Teams have been quick tapping and doing very well with it. So interested to see how the Red Dragons do on this one here. They find Valerio. I don't see her in the line out, so that means that she's probably going to be one of their key weapons in the back line.
Ball up. Away go the Red Dragons. A little bit of a messy lineup. They win it. Underhill's back in the game. Trying to get some love back from her teammates there after spending 10 minutes in the bin. Bonnie's player clearly illegal. You can see it from here. Can't get those hands in. Another penalty for the Red Dragons. Ryan Tagan wants to go quick. Valerio always happy to do the same. Valerio busts through a couple of tackles. Eventually it's going to take 2 or 3 Bonnie's players to take her down, but she's driven back. Good work from Midaw. Here's Heaney. A little knock on creeps in. We're going to have a scrum here for the Bonnies inside their own half.
A little bit of a break for St. Bonaventure. It's exhausting to play defense, especially when the whistle's helping the offense and you're having to back up 10 meters at a time. So a nice break here from St. Bonaventure, forcing the knock on in the tackle. But you're just trying to squeeze that offload and couldn't quite find your target. It's tough to keep your accuracy while you're being spun around in a tackle.
Referee Gregory getting everything set and safe here. Cortland again putting big pressure on there and have taken that ball away. Valerio doesn't realize the ball's at her feet. Squirts out. Ryan Tagan gets to the Heaney. Heaney's going to get it in the midfield. They get it there to Underhill. Underhill, a little spin. Takes that one eventually. Gets it into the hands of Daveren. Daveren takes it into contact. They move that one quickly up to Peyton Myers. Myers driven back but gets the ball away. Ryan Tagan finds Valerio. Has to just stop to take that one, so regains her momentum, gets across the 22. St. Bonaventure with the attempted counter ruck. Not happen. Romake. Players screaming for it out wide. Heaney moves it, gets it to Underhill. Underhill, she is through Jillian Underhill, and it's going to be a hat trick for Underhill as she touches down just off the yellow card. Great work there. Jillian Underhill starting to pull away are the Cortland Red Dragons.
A hat trick and a sin bin. That's got to be something. We need a name for that, John. That's is that a complete game? What do you?
Yeah, maybe a complete game. We're going to see. We're going to have to come up with that one.
She is. She doesn't need much space at all. And when she gets it, she is gone. Jillian Underhill is a really impressive player. Cortland, they had a couple of line breaks while she was in the sin bin, and you could tell they were one pass from being able to make it happen. Whenever she finds a little bit of space at all, she's able to exploit it and finish, and she finished again for her third try tonight. Jillian Underhill helping the Cortland Red Dragons win this Upstate New York championship. It's going to take quite the effort for the Bonnies to come back down 30 here in the second half. But they're still headed to the playoffs no matter what. Both of these teams will be headed to the first round of the small college national championship playoffs here in a couple of weeks. It's just a matter of who goes where and who takes the top seed.
You see Underhill there, just able to turn the Jets on. Took it a little flat-footed, but able to pick it up. And the kick was no good. Bonnies to kick off.
Captain and number 8 for the Bonnies having a little chat with the sir at half, right between that score there.
That one bounces before 10, never quite makes it. Was flirting with that 10-meter line, but Cortland will have a chance here. See if they want a re-kick again. I'm fascinated by this call, Pat.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, with that, such a powerful scrum, I totally understand the confusion, but maybe they want to catch the ball and pass it back to Valerio and have her sprint onto it, because that's been pretty potent when they've done it off penalties. Maybe that's their tactic here.
Yeah, they've been fantastic with the ball off these restarts. It just seemed to be a great place to start. So D'Agostino is going to get us going again, the senior. And that club secretary will pick up there from Grace. Quick into contact. Bonnie's player quickly over it, but not going to be able to work that one. Nice work off the side here. And there goes Underhill. Underhill looking for 4. Underhill headed towards the line. No one's going to stop her. Mackenzie can't get there. Underhill scores 4. And Pat, again, that's a haul. 3's a hat trick, 4's a haul. And we are looking at picking my brain for what I remember of scoring terminology as we move on to the game. Good work, Jillian Underhill.
Or is it Underhaul?
You can show yourself out.
Yeah, I will. Absolutely. She makes the Bonnies missing a phone booth, need no space at all, and just sprints out, races them. I think that's McKenna Ramsey, the captain, trying to catch up at the back, but 4 tries. I'd hate to see what she'd have done if she's played the entire game. She had to miss 10 because she got a yellow card, had to sit down for a few minutes. Maybe that's why the fresh legs are really hoping to accelerate here in the second half.
And that one is good. We're at 42. As we look at Underhill racing away.
Slipping out of the fingertips of one Bonnie's tackler. And I look at this pace from McKenna Ramsey. Fighting every inch. She's not going to let Underhill just have it. She's going to make her earn it. And she does. These Bonnies are fighting until the very end. Absolutely love that. That's their captain. They're going to follow her lead. We're going to have a competitive match the rest of the way.
Ramsey, an Upstate New York CRC All-Star Sevens player 3 years in a row. Not giving up on that one as the ball goes back to Cortland on the kickoff. Good work there by Emily Russo. Ryan Tagan finds Valerio. She finds the hole this time. Eventually hauled down by Kaylee Middaw. Ryan Tagan gets it out there. Little tight traffic as Kelleher takes that one in, bumps one off. Here comes M. Steen. The backs are unafraid to play that kind of point runner there in these pods and take the contact. M. Steen's done that several times, and the Red Dragons roll their way just outside their own 40-meter line. Heaney looking for a runner. Finds it there in Kelleher. Valerio can't quite get a hold of that one, but the referee said that's gone backwards. Let's keep playing. Grace Quick gets that one away. Player isolated. Well stolen there by the Bonnies. Bonnies on the move. Bonnies on offense for the first time in a little while here as Macy Beardsley takes that one in. Zikowitz can't find her target. And that one got knocked on. Unlucky, as the referee said. It's going to be a scrum here for SUNY Cortland.
Great job on that poach by Kaylee Middaw to just sneak into the ruck and steal it. And it's her also making the out pass here a couple of phases later. Unfortunately, the Bonnie's unable to hold on to it. That was a great steal. This Cortland, the Bonaventure is doing a great job of counter-rucking this half, but they're not quite getting the rewards because this Cortland ruck, I'm really impressed by it. You can tell they're really well coached by Natalie DeMeglio and assistant coach Ashley Crossway because their ruck is very linear, right? It is very narrow. All of their spines are relatively in line, and it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of heft from St. Bonaventure and probably more than one body to win these counter rucks because Cortland is so very good technique-wise.
Valerio around the back, gets it to Ryan Tagan. Ryan Tagan is going to make a couple of moves there. Kenna Ramsey is going to take her down, but it looked like there was a high tackle there, so an advantage to St. Bonaventure, a penalty advantage, so free play here. Romake yet again into contact. Her carry numbers, along with Valerio, must be very, very high this game. Ryan Tagan looks to move that one back. We're going to come back for the penalty here against St. Bonaventure. Player not rolling away this time.
M. Steen did a little bit of a good acting job or playing up that one to earn that penalty as she arrived at the ruck. She went over the top of a Bonnie's player that was caught into it and really kind of highlighted for the referee that she was offside. Hopped on her back like it was Blazing Saddles and she was going to go rob a bank or something.
Cortland just pushes that one out into touch. It's going to be a line out here for Cortland. They've been safe with the few lineouts they've had this game. Ball up, contested by St. Bonaventure. And they're going to be able to steal that one. Little knock-on creeped in, so there's a scrum advantage. We're going to bring it back. Should be a scrum here for St. Bonaventure. Sunny Marie Devoren would have loved to not have that whistle, but they're going to come back for the scrum.
The first half, we hardly had any stoppages whatsoever, and now we're having a hard time getting this ball moving around and getting going. Just a few. I mean, we mentioned it. There's only 2 reserves here for Cortland. Only 4 reserves on the bench for St. Bonaventure. We're getting late in it, and it has been – the pace in that first half was special. It was very fast. It was something that you don't usually see. That ball was in play and up and between the lines and live most of that first 40 minutes. These players have to be getting tired, and I think some of the skills may be dissipating as they are.
Big attempt at a push there from Cortland, but Bonaventure able to ward that one off. Bonnie's little pass back in there. Get the ball into the hands of Abby Beers. Beers is going to do the honors as she pushes back the Cortland defense. Reed has to step in with the distributor position there. Zikowicz not able to get that one. This one coming across field. They have some runners out wide if they can get it there, but just held a little bit too long by Nentars. Bonnie's picked that one up. Ball's just dropped to the ground. Turned over by Cortland. They have a scrum advantage. Sure, they'll just be happy to run this one. Ryan Tagan moves that one up to Kiera Rayner. Ryan Tagan looks left, goes right, gets the ball to Heaney. Ball pushed across to Kelleher. Kelleher just launches it back over her shoulder. Nothing happening there. We're going to come back to the original scrum advantage for Cortland. Great opportunity right in front of the posts for the Red Dragons to extend this lead.
See if number 8, Yasmin Valerio, has any soccer skills at the back of this scrum. If they're able to get a good push on it, like they were earlier in this game, they might have an opportunity to walk it over. Just a little offsides on that pickup was Beards, potentially. I think that was the call. Not sure if a ruck was set up, but the Red Dragons get the better of the whistle on that one.
Valerio, on a previous scrum, was able to just get to the outside shoulder of McKenna Ramsey. So she may try to have a go here. Some defenders off to that right-hand side for St. Bonaventure. See which way she would want to go. Good drive coming on. Ryan Tagan is going to take this one. Ryan Tagan takes a couple steps, gets it to Heaney. Heaney gets it out there to Kelleher. And again, towards the try zone is Underhill. Underhill looking at it. Underhill gets the try down, and that's number 5, Pat. Jillian Underhill. 5th try. 4th is a haul. 5th is a glut. She scored a glut of tries this evening, Pat.
Glut and a sin bin. That goes a little bit. That's a complete game. That's got to have something to it.
That's a complete game.
That's the complete game. Underhill threatening the Friday night rugby try record from Grace Hogue last week. She scored 7. So Underhill, you got a little bit of work to do, but I think all they have to do is pass her the ball 2 more times, because every time she touches it, she crosses the line.
And she has time left to do that. It's going to be a bit of a tricky kick here, as you watch Underhill touch that one down. Grace Quick, the senior. Let us know she has 2 new puppies who are hopefully watching the game as we're 63 minutes in. That kick is no good. 47-5. Cortland leads. Take another look.
When you score as many tries as Jillian Underhill, you don't need a fancy try celebration. You just get up and walk straight back to the line and get ready to do it again. Here she is, going to get the ball in a little bit of space. That's way too much space for her. No prayer, unfortunately, for Ashley Reed. She was caught in a bad position, and Underhill was going to score that 10 out of 10 times.
Good held pass there by Sarah Kelleher to get that ball in Underhill's hands.
Okay, between Grace Hogue last week at the University of Chicago and Jillian Underhill this week, 12 tries. That's a heck of a team we're starting to build here on Friday Night Rugby.
I have called several games this season, those 2 games and some others where a single person has scored at least 4 or 5. So it's been an interesting high-scoring individual season for me to call anyway. But at hand, we see a knock on there. Referee Gregory going to set down a scrum here for St. Bonaventure.
As I mentioned a couple of times, the Bonnies are going to the playoffs. They are the #1 ranked team in the country. So it's 47-5. It may look like a sad night for them, but they will probably not be ranked #1 come this time next week, but they'll definitely be in the top 10. They'll be highly ranked. They're going to the playoffs. Get a try here. Get something positive to build on. If I'm the Bonnies coach, if I'm Meredith Pike, that's what I'm looking for.
Big drive from Cortland. McKenna Ramsey gets a hold of that one off the back. McKenna Ramsey holds the pass, but gets it down eventually. Nice work there by Zikowitz, but hauled into touch. Unlucky for them. It's going to be a Cortland line out deep inside their own zone.
Good carry here from Ramsey. Unfortunately, her teammate was pushed into touch, but good carry. Ball in 2 hands. Looks like a threat. Unfortunately, tackled just into touch here, but we haven't seen a lot of lineouts. Bonaventure, this is a great spot in the field to pressure a line out. Make sure that throw is straight. Make them actually earn this ball.
Ball down to Cortland. A little messy, but they're able to take care of that. Peyton Myers takes that one in. Myers from Lowville, New York, went to Lowville Academy.
Penalty advantage.
Bonnies on the move here with a turnover. They've got a penalty advantage. Looking at the try line is De Silva. De Silva is over. If this is held up, we'll come back for the penalty. And try awarded to De Silva. St. Bonnie's working hard here. 10 on the board, 47-10. Kick to come.
Great job from St. Bonaventure. Deep in the end here, pressuring that line out, getting a turnover just 2 phases off the back of it. And De Silva willing her way across the line. Downward pressure. Good patience from the referee. Making sure that she sees what she sees and calling that try. Bonnies can take that and build on that for sure. Great job. When you have a line out that far in your own end, it is very difficult to get the ball out sometimes. And the Bonnies could smell the blood in the water, took advantage of it, converted pressure into points, and see if they can build a little more positive momentum in these last 20 minutes.
Way to be there, babe.
That kick is good for Macy Beardsley, the inclusive and early childhood education major, taking the kicking duties of the front rower. 47-12, 67 minutes gone. It's about 12 plus minutes to go in this half.
Silva, how many Cortland defenders touch her on this play? It's got to be 5 or 6 that can't stop her from getting over the line. Good push.
Some Gulliver's Travels feelings there. It's Cortland to kick this one off.
Pretty sure Gulliver made a stop through St. Bonaventure, New York.
Long kick, well taken by the Bonnies. Bonnies love to get ahead of steam up, and that's the way you do it. Nice handoff there. M. Steen is eventually going to make the tackle. Ball recycled. Momentum to St. Bonaventure at the moment as they reset. Zikowitz takes that ball a little out wide. She finds some space. Zikowitz, by the way, was a high school national champion just this past spring for Orchard Park. Now playing at St. Bonaventure. Bright future ahead of that young player. Learn a lot from games like these, certainly. Referee Gregory at halfway spots a not releasing penalty against Cortland. Bonaventure opportunity to move this downfield or just take a run, and that's what they're going to do. Ball in the hands of Ashley Reed. Reed nearly taken down, but pops that ball back up. Abby Beers gets that ball out to the wing. They're right on the touchline, but able to keep that ball in. Ball goes back, taken just a bit flat-footed there by Bavika Seti. Player being told no multiple times not to rip that away, but takes it. And here comes St. Bonaventure with the quick tap. Player at the 22, nearly high tackle, able to get through that one. Steen does a good job to take her tackle down there. Need someone to come in and play in that distributor role, and have found them. Ball up to Macy Beardsley. Ball slips out of the hand there. Unfortunate knock-on. It's going to be a scrum here for the Cortland Red Dragons. Good work by the Bonnies. All undone there, Pat.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyler Piskiewicz just had a little trouble picking that ball up at the base of the ruck. It looks like it rolled off of, as she was picking it up, rolled off of her teammate's foot to Silva's foot. Unfortunately, just kicks it, forces that knock-on, and stymies what was a great run from the Bonnies. They really do a good job when they're able to just go forward very fast, recycle that ball before that Cortland counter ruck has a chance to form, and that's what we just saw from them. That'll definitely be one of the work-ons, I think, as Coach Pike takes a look at the film. Could see a rematch of these two teams. This is number 1 and number 2.
We certainly could, as 10 minutes to go on the game clock here. Good drive by the Bonnies this time. Ryan Tagan gets it back to Steen. Steen just puts it to the boot. So it's going to be a St. Bonaventure lineout. One of their few of the game here, but a good attacking platform for this Bonnies team.
We were inside the 22.
Absolutely. They got some really heavy carriers, great carriers in the middle of the field, and the Abby Beers and Kyla Nintars. They are the targets that I'm looking for. It looks like Nintars is going to throw this ball in, so she might not be the crash ball option.
Line out. Well taken by the Bonnies, but slips to the ground. Little wrestling match for it there. We'll see who comes up with it. Coming away, but referee has seen an offending Cortland player. They're going to go quick with this one. Ashley Reed happy to run. Player definitely not 10 on that one. Ball back up into the hands of Beata. Beata, the senior from Rochester. And we're going to come back for a penalty against this SUNY Cortland team. On the run are the Bonnies, looking for the line, and over the line they are. Did that slip forward? The referee is going to award the try here, and St. Bonaventure more points on the board.
Kaylee Midaw seeing an opportunity. The smallest player on the St. Bonaventure team, sneaking through that Cortland defense, going quick here. Realizes the Red Dragons aren't quite back. Dives. Does she hold on to that ball? Does she safe? I think that's downward pressure to me. Great call. That's a try. Good job, Bonnies. A lot of penalties there stacking up for the Cortland Red Dragons, leading to that score. Bonaventure taking advantage of it.
That one is going to fall in front of the post here, so we're 47-14. Cortland leads a surging St. Bonaventure Bonnies team here late in the second half.
Still the postseason to play for both of these teams. Cortland looking like they're going to be the conference champs. Take the higher bid into the playoffs.
Cortland being told they need to take this kick. Referee Gregory wants to keep playing here. They do with the ball to the 22, taken by the Bonnies. Bonnies putting on a late surge here, and they're across midfield. Good counter ruck there by Cortland, able to steal that one away. In the hands of Kelleher. Penalty. Player not releasing there, and they're going to go quick are the Bonnies. Bonnies still willing to run these teams on the way. That's Ashley Reed. Reed passes it out into contact. High tackle there. Shrill blast to the whistle from the referee. As a penalty for St. Bonnies. Reed is going to take it. She is near the touchline. Ball out to a waiting pot of forwards here. Just under 74 minutes gone, just over 6 minutes to play St. Bonaventure looking to get a move on here. That's Ray gets hauled in a touch. It's going to be a line out here for Cortland, but deep inside their own zone.
A really high challenge there. A high tackle from Cortland that may result in, I think was the result of that penalty and could result in a card potentially, but some very hard carrying there from St. Bonaventure. That engine room. Strong carriers up there.
Taken away by the Bonnies. Nice work around the front. Keep that one alive. They're looking for that try line yet again. Reed comes into the distributor position, pops a ball up there to Beardsley. Beardsley works that one back. They need a distributor, and they've found one. Middaw does the honors. Gets a ball up to Jillian Ray. Jillian Ray taken to the ground eventually. Cortland players get over that ball, trying to dig it out. We'll see what the referee says. Knock on came in. There's going to be a scrum here. Good attacking position about 15 meters out for the Bonnies.
There's Underhill in that ruck trying to claw the ball back with her foot. She is doing a lot of her work in space, but she's showing right here she can do it in tight and in contact too. Really good challenge on that counter ruck. Unfortunately, a knock on, and it's going to be a St. Bonaventure scrum. Another opportunity to pick up another try here. Some momentum going into the playoffs. If it holds, and Cortland will be headed to the East Region in Beverly, Massachusetts as the Upstate champion. And St. Bonaventure will be headed to the South Region in Culpeper, Virginia for the opening round of the playoffs here in a couple weeks.
Good drive coming off from Cortland. McKenna Ramsey, good work to get her hands on that ball, but it slips forward. Knocked on. It's going to be a scrum here for Cortland. Great work letting this game by their set of forwards to turn that one over.
That's right, the Peace Frogs, as they their own team nickname, as they've dubbed themselves, just driving over in the scrum there. That's the power you wanted to see on those midfield restart kicks, John. I think that's why you wanted them to take that scrum option. We've seen it earlier in the game, and it's pretty impressive. That's something that they're going to take with them into the playoffs and use, I think, quite well.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Referee brings us together one more time. We're 3.5 minutes on the game clock. Ryan Tagan still active. Steen launches that one downfield by foot. Is it going to find touch? It does not. Ready to run here are the Bonnies. Nice little wrap around there. Player eventually gets the ball to the ground. Cortland trying to counteract this one. Players losing their feet. See what the referee decides to call here. Bonnies digging their way in. They come up with it. Middaw gets the ball away. You see the halfway line right there in your shot. Player has to work that ball back, eventually does. Ball's taken out by Middaw. That's Seti. Middaw doing most of the distributor work now. Pazikowicz running a little out wider. She gets away. Digging it away there. Ashley Reed. Middaw moves it a little wider this time. Big collision coming in from Valerio. 78 minutes in the game. She's still dishing out the hits. Nice pass goes back out there into the hands of Beers. Picked up by Beata. Cortland player drags her to the ground. 2 minutes to go on the game clock here. And what has been an all-action Friday night National Collegiate Rugby matchup. A battle for Upstate New York. Across they come with some runners. Get the ball to Jillian Ray. Jillian Ray gets across midfield. As ever, looking for the counter ruck, but not getting it is Cortland with this ball a little bit wider. Zikowicz out there looking for it, but ball is in the hands of Nentars. Nentars into contact. Zikowicz this time. She's well tackled. Big collision in midfield. Just coming on to 1 minute left in this contest in the game clock. A little bit of referee's time. Nentar is certainly not done. St. Bonaventure, some good takeaways here with the late momentum. Assistant referee Lake right in the spot there. Ball does not go out. Well taken across by Ashley Reed. Reed gets that one. Down to the ground. Away they go. Reed again steps out in that first receiver position. Ball comes across there. Ryan Tagan comes out and makes a pest of herself defensively. Cortland trying to counter-ruck this one. 30 seconds to go on the game clock. Picked up off the back by Reed. By Ramsey. And on the move they are. That's De Silva. Midaw moves this one out. Switzer. Ball out wide. They have some runners. See what they can make happen here. Pushing their way to the 40-meter line. Time is up on the game clock. We're in referee's time. Good work. A little pick off the back there by the Bonnies. That's McKenna Ramsey. McKenna Ramsey gets it inside the 22. Late flourish here by this Bonnies team. Another slightly high tackle there. The referee is going to tell everybody to play on. And off they come into the hands of Jillian Ray. Good late work here by the Bonnies, really showing their stuff. Big push through by Ray. Off they come. That's Pazikowicz. Nearly turns that one over. Ball comes back Bonnie's way. Kicked ahead by a Cortland player. The referee spots it, and the referee whistles for the end of an exciting competition here. Cortland Red Dragons 47, St. Bonnies 17. What a matchup we saw. Great late work there by the Bonnies. Pat Clifton, final thoughts.
Absolutely. It was great late work, but it wasn't enough to overcome the 5 tries from Jillian Underhill, who scored an underhaul tonight for Cortland and the Red Dragons. St. Bonaventure has a lot to build on. Both these teams going to the playoffs. Number 1, number 2. What a great matchup. Congrats to your Upstate New York Conference champions, the Cortland Dragons. Excited to watch both of these teams as they advance here into the National Small College Playoffs here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, let's talk about it. You were talking about it just a minute ago. Let's talk about these small college kind of playoffs, how they work, Pat. So, one team is headed to Massachusetts, one team headed to Virginia. So teams from all over the country competing in the small college division for the right to go to Texas in December.
That's right. The National Championship, the Collegiate Rugby Championship 15s will be down in Houston at Aviva Stadium, home of the Houston SaberCats of Major League Rugby again. Both of these teams trying to get down there. They could both get down there. We could easily see a repeat of this matchup we saw tonight. And I think it would be a lot more competitive that second time around. I think St. Bonaventure figured out that breakdown as the game went on. We saw it late in the game. If they had that continuity that they had in the last 15 minutes and that first 65, it would have been a way different contest. But they're going to have to win their way there. They're going to have to do it through the South region. They're headed to Culpeper, Virginia. And Cortland is headed to the East region in Beverly, Massachusetts as the Upstate New York champions.
Both teams undefeated up to this point, as you said. First loss for the Bonnies. But certainly, as you said, Pat, it doesn't get any easier from here. These teams are going to have some great games ahead of them. And what a game it's been. And it was a glut there by Underhill that got her 5 tries on the board. Tremendous work by that player. So very, very exciting competition here in Upstate New York. And I think, what you saw with the Bonnies there is, I agree with you, late in the game they really started to get their confidence, to get their footing. I think a rematch between these two teams would be tremendous.
Absolutely. I mean, some really good individual performances from both teams. McKenna Ramsey, the number 8 for St. Bonaventure. Of course, Yasmin Valerio, the number 8 for Cortland, was fantastic as well.
And for final words from the sideline, we're going to go down to Nigel Hill.
Hey, and we're down here with Jillian Underhill, one of the star players of this game. Jillian, tell me about what it felt like to travel this way, beat the number 1 team in such a dominant win,
It felt good. It was a 3-hour drive, but we came out strong, and it feels good to win.
How you feel going forward through the rest of the season?
I'm excited. My team's excited. We feel good. We feel strong.
Awesome. Congratulations on the win. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel. For everybody at National Collegiate Rugby, for Nigel Baby Cakes Hill, for Ryan, the man with the rugby plan, Ginty, for Pat, the prognosticator, Clifton, and for Jeff, I'm John Broker. This has been a National Collegiate Rugby Friday Night Rugby. We'll see you at the next rugby game.